3, 2, 1, we're live.
How goes it?
Goes pretty good. I'm pretty pumped up after what we just did there.
You want to tell the listeners kind of what we did, or do you want me to say it?
You say it. It was
All right.
you who was doing it.
So, this was probably like 3 years ago, maybe. I bought an arm bike. And for people that don't know what an arm bike is, it's basically just this exercise machine that I strap my hands to, and I just do rotations, like
you're biking with your hands.
Like you're biking with your hands, exactly. So I pedal the arm bike, and we did about 5 minutes today. Was there like a?
It was
on speed 3.
Speed 3.
Speed 3. So it felt pretty good. My arms hurt, my tummy hurts, but it felt good.
Good.
It felt really good, and I haven't done it like with this machine ever, which sounds bad, but I'm glad that we did it today, and I know that because for our listeners as well, I do own a pair of active hands, which are like these straps you can put on your hands for grip support.
Yeah, we're a big fan of them.
Yeah, a shout out to activehands.com.
Just not a fan of the price.
Yeah, 140 per hand.
Yeah, so
It's pretty wild. But,
so Active Hands, if you could bring that down, that'd be awesome.
yeah, let's cut costs a little bit.
But we understand, you're probably a small business trying to make a living.
You guys were on Dragon's Den.
Yeah.
Anyways, so we did that, and I feel good, and I'm going to make a pledge to you and to the listeners that I will use this thing every week.
Nice.
I'm going to aim for somewhere between 2 to 4 times a week.
That's a good pledge.
And I will uphold that.
All right.
So
we'll check in next week, see how it goes.
It's the beginning of the week, so today one for this week, which is fine, but we'll see how many times I can get on it.
Yeah, we'll check
week.
in.
We gotta show Angel how to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. My helper Angel. So
I feel like you could do that easily either
just in the morning
or before bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the two.
I like morning workouts.
Hell yeah, me too. It's a good way to start the day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, okay. And you've been doing some exercising as well. Do you want to tell the listeners how long your bike ride was yesterday?
Yeah, so longtime listeners of the show will know that I've been training for a half Ironman. And so yesterday was the first day I went out and really got a long bike in outside. And I went so my parents live out, or where I'm living is out towards Bragg Creek. Mm-hmm. And so I biked from there into town on Lower Springbank. I went up Highway 22 to Lower Springbank Road all the way to COP.
Oh, yeah.
And I went down the hill, COP. I didn't take any of the mountain.
That would have been really funny on like a road bike.
Yeah. Yeah, I probably could have snuck there. It was closed. I don't think they've opened it up yet.
Yeah, probably not.
But I just took that that back...
The back road.
The back road
down
there.
Windy road.
The windy road, which was really nice. I hadn't been back there in a while.
Fuck, neither have I. Well, they closed it to the...
They did. I think they reopened it, though.
For driving?
Yeah.
Or for commuting?
Yeah, for commuting, which was nice for me. I didn't have to jump any fences or anything, so that was good.
I remember, this was a long time ago, sorry to interrupt, just like going on the ski jump, the closed down one in the middle of the night. Do you remember doing that?
I remember I did that with, I went and ran stairs one time on the ski jump. I didn't go in there in the middle of the night. I was there in the middle of the night.
We jumped the fence. It was fun.
Nice.
Got a good view.
Yeah, statute of limitations are up on that for sure.
Yeah. Come after me.
Yeah.
I dare you.
Yeah. You're going to be, if you keep up with this, you're going to be able to beat them up when they come for you. So yeah, and then COP, and then I went down the hill of COP, and I looped back.
Is that lower?
Lower Springbank Road, or not? I guess it wouldn't have been Lower Springbank Road. Springbank Road. I took Springbank Road all the way up, so that's on Highway 22. It goes and it brings you all the way up to Cougar Ridge. Yep. Through like turns into Old Banff Coach Road. Yep. So you go past there. And then on the way back, I biked through, there's a new community called Osprey Hills, which was kind of nice because I didn't have to go around. There's a new at the bottom of the COP hill, like right by where the wind sport and the Hockey Hall of Fame are.
Oh, yeah.
You don't actually have to go.
The what?
The Hockey Hall of Fame. There's or maybe not Hockey Hall of Fame.
The Olympic.
Yeah, there's maybe it's Alberta Sport Hall of Fame, or
I would imagine. Well, I think it.
I don't think it's Olympic.
So the Olympic headquarters is here.
Yeah,
for Team Canada for
hockey or for all
I think
Canada?
It might be all Canada, but I could be wrong about that.
I'd be surprised
because we have. You know what? I don't know. I think it might just be hockey.
Yeah, it could be
every
both.
year.
It could be both. Yeah.
Or not every year. Every 4 years.
Yeah.
But hockey.
Anyways, right there's a road that goes to this new development called Osprey Hill. So I don't have to make a big. I don't have to get on the highway or anything to go into Crestmont.
Yeah.
Which is there's Crestmont and then there's something Valley. I don't know what it is. That's the one towards if you're heading out of the city on Highway 1. To the left, kind of up the hill, is Crestmont, and at the bottom is, I forget, something Valley.
Huh.
But anyway, so I go through Crestmont, and then up through Crestmont, and then that takes you back onto, I think it's Old Banff Coach Road. No, it's not, and then anyways, I kind of go back there, link back up to Springbank Road, and took Springbank back home, so...
Nice.
And then when I got back to my house, and that was around
like
60 kilometers.
That's wild.
But the training program that I'm following, it said I had to be biking. It said I should be bike for 3 hours and 15 minutes. So then I just did some back and forths in front of my parents' place until
nice.
I think I got there at like the 2 hour. Or at the 3 hour mark, and so I just biked back and forth for a little bit, and then I didn't even tell you this, but then after the bike, I was supposed to do I did
supposed to do
a run.
Oh,
it was a brick. That's what they call a brick. So a brick is like 2 workouts. I don't know why they call it a brick. At first I thought it was like bike run. And then
bike, run, ick.
But then a brick, you can also do a bike and a swim or a run and a swim. So I don't know why they call it brick.
Well, you did a swim.
So no, I did a run.
Oh,
I did a run.
Right,
I did a swim today.
You did a swim today.
I did a swim today, but I did a run yesterday after the bike. I ran out of water at the 2 hour and 2.5 hour mark. So that was pretty tough. But I made it back, and then I rehydrated. I had a sandwich. So I took maybe, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes to chill, and then I went for a run.
Nice.
And I dropped off, I brought back some from China. I brought back I brought back 2 packs of these Chinese cigarettes.
Oh, yeah.
And my neighbor... I was talking to him about it, and so I went and I dropped off a pack of cigarettes for him.
Nice.
For him to enjoy. So, So and then we went to a birthday party.
Oh, birthday shindig.
Yep. And it was fun.
That was fun.
Yeah.
It's cool meeting people and new people.
Yeah.
And obviously, and kind of just like. I don't know. It's weird. I feel like I have my bubble, and I feel like that's just normal when you're older. But like whenever you get out and make new friends, it's I like it.
Yeah, man. I'm a big fan of it as well too. It can be tiring, and after everything that was going on yesterday, I was definitely tired. But it was nice. The people were nice. There was a couple members of a local, I guess they're a rising band on the scene.
Yeah.
The Moon Snakes. They were pretty, it was good stuff. And So we met some of the members of them. No one was playing any music, but Erik was on DJ duty, so the tunes were rocking.
I like to think I do a pretty good job with aux.
Dude, we should get you into clubs.
Yeah.
That'd actually be pretty
DJ
sick.
At a club.
Yeah. What would be your DJ name? DJ Rick?
DJ.
We'll come back to you on that one.
I got to think about that.
All right.
What does DJ even stand for?
Disc jockey.
Disc jockey. That's hilarious.
Yeah. Dude, I think you'd be
I think I can do it. I used to always request songs at Cowboys.
Yeah.
And it's like the guy's playing this set. I'm like, oh, man, you gotta play this song.
Play Wagon Wheel. Yeah. Yeah, I would do that as well, too. I'd be so annoyed. Oh, yeah. Thinking back about it, I'm just like, fuck, that was probably so
kid being like, yo, look, man.
Look, I know you're doing your thing, but you gotta play this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a fun night. It was nice. They all went out to a bar later, but you and I omitted from that.
Yeah.
It was a little too. I was too tired.
Same.
After a long day, and I got a lot of sun. I went all over the fucking city, basically.
Oh yeah. What'd you do yesterday?
Train, buzzed all around Bow River.
Nice.
Till about 4th Street.
Dude, it was so nice out yesterday.
Buzzed up 4th Street, buzzed up the hill.
Hell yeah.
Hillcrest. Jamung's house. We were showing the other guys the other day.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Yep. And I hate that house, but whatever.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
I actually like it a lot. I want it to be mine. I just think it's very... Definitely makes a statement. And it takes up a lot of space on that hill, which is the best view in the city, in my opinion. Hillcrest Hill. Best view in Calgary. In the city, I guess.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Yeah. Not biased at all.
Yep.
I'm not mad.
I'm not mad.
I'm over it.
I could have a fucking $50 billion house if I wanted to, too. Whatever.
Yeah.
I definitely could not. But yeah, so that was fun. Did you like how he snuck in the happy birthday to you?
Yeah. That was
I got
fun.
everyone to sing happy birthday well, I didn't get everyone to do it, but I did start it.
Yeah.
That felt good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good.
Another 30-year-old
in the midst.
And then everyone's talking to people. It's big wedding season, obviously.
Yeah, a lot of people there were getting married.
Yep. And some are having babies, which is cool. So good for them. That's always a weird thing.
Who had a baby?
Well, she's pregnant, but
who is?
Alicia.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
She was fucking 7 weeks in or something.
Oh, nice.
9
okay,
weeks
I
in,
missed that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, I haven't disclosed that. They're neighbors with my mom.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Same street.
Oh, that's cool.
Which I didn't know.
Yeah.
And they didn't know either, but they see me around that area a lot.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm always buzzing around.
Nice. Maybe we'll scrub that part out. Maybe? Does that matter?
I think it's okay.
All right.
We'll think about that.
Yeah, we'll think about that.
3, 2, 1.
And we're back.
Oh yeah. Okay. So you know what I was gonna say is I was gonna quiz you. Okay. So I'll give you hints along the way. We're watching Planet Earth as our usual background visual, and this is the corals and
reefs.
Reefs.
Shallow reefs? Shallow oceans? No,
let's see what it says.
Coastal seas. We were both off.
And we were looking at the sea turtle. And now, I did know this. There are 7 types of sea turtles. How many of them do you think you can guess?
All right, the green turtle.
Green sea turtle, that's number 1.
Okay, green sea turtle.
Okay, so the next 2 on the list, one of them, this is interesting. Well, okay, so one of them is a profession in the woods. And it's
a lumberjack turtle.
Close.
Ooh.
It's
what else is in the woods?
Yeah, no, you're on the right track.
Lumberjack.
It's what do they end up hauling out? And
Tree.
What's another word for trees?
Log.
Yeah.
The log turtle.
Loggerhead sea turtle.
Loggerhead. Oh, okay.
And then the other one, the big one, I'm pretty sure, leatherback.
The leatherback. Oh, I remember. Yep.
And then there's the hawksbill sea turtle,
Hawksbill.
which looks much like the green sea turtle. Mm-hmm. And then there's two Ridleys: the Kemp's Ridley sea turtle, olive Ridley sea turtle. They look very much, and the flatback sea turtle. Fascinating.
Okay, so the Ridley ones count as one.
They count as two.
They do.
Kemp's and olive.
Yes.
But they're both Ridley sea turtles, which
Yes.
I don't know why, but interesting.
Huh. The more you know. There you go.
The more you know. So
Yeah. So, listener, you can't say that you don't learn anything.
we
listening to us.
drop animal facts. I think
Quite often.
every not every episode, but every so often.
Yeah. So,
Nice. Well,
we're educational.
Let's look. Yeah, we are. Let's look at our list.
I was going to say, speaking of education.
Yeah. Oh, good. Now you're the one doing the segue.
Yeah.
Do
Do you want to tell the listener what we
yes.
learned
So
at?
on Friday,
Yep.
we went to SATE for round 2 of our meetings. We met with the Accessibility Service Department
Yep.
and the academic advisor that we saw there.
Yeah, I think accessibility
She said
advisor.
she
yeah.
was academic advisor.
And okay. Yeah.
But I think maybe it's just for that
Yep.
area.
Yep.
She was lovely. And she kind of just gave us the lowdown on kind of like what kind of grants there are available, what services are available to you if you have, like, if you meet certain criteria. She, like, outlined the paperwork that you need to submit or have, like, it was cool. I thought that was a much better meeting
Experience than the other ones.
than the first one,
Yeah, I agree.
which felt good.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. So,
What are your thoughts?
I guess.
Sorry, can I still sip a coffee?
Yes, for sure. My thoughts were, it sounds like we're not going to get in for this year, at least to that program.
Yeah.
We still have the option of doing student for a day, which I think would be a good thing to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, not to say that the other person that we met with the other day was bad or anything. So she decided to set us. She was helpful, and she pointed us in the right direction, which was good. So we're gonna do a student for a day, and then we're gonna do the video and film production student for a day, and then the broadcasting student for a day, which I think both are applicable to podcasting. Quite honestly, I like the film and video one because I think that there's more interest there, but I don't know. And then maybe I'm just like turned off by the idea of radio because it's podcast is kind of taken over that.
It has
that medium. But maybe it will make a comeback. You never know, or maybe there'll be something new or something like that. But I thought it was good. And then another route that we were exploring that we haven't explored yet. Sorry for the listener if this sounds repetitive, but we were going to go check out. We were going to look at Mount Royal University
or UFC.
Or U of C. They both have film programs, and we were just going to look at to see if we could take either 1 or 2 courses.
Yeah.
For the semester, which I think would be.
I think it'd be really cool.
I think it'd be a good middle path, like not just like being like, all right, full-time student right away, where it's like
let's dip our feet in the water first.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that would be, I think that's the next step.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
so,
we should look at that.
Exactly. So that's on our to-do list. But overall, pretty great experience.
Yeah. Very great. Good. Very good. Very, very good experience.
Very good. Very good. Yes. Very good. Very good.
Garbage.
Yeah. And so it was good. And then, what do you think about the state of the world?
Wow. That was another good segue. Let's see. Well, we have a referendum coming up.
Yeah, that passed through. So, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I don't really get what's happening in terms of like it's a referendum to have a referendum.
Okay.
There's 10 questions on there too, and I don't really know. Like, yeah, I don't know the specifics, but generally my thoughts are a little in the gray.
Yeah.
Because, like, I do think Alberta's been kicked around a little too much for it to maintain the status quo.
Yep.
I don't think people will put up with that. I get why people are upset. I'm upset to an extent. I don't know. I think if it puts the province in like a position of power in terms of leverage, sure. Do I think we should leave Canada? I do not.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are my thoughts on that.
Nice.
But I don't know. It's a very interesting thing. It's like Danielle Smith is doing quite well too in her popularity right now.
Yeah.
She's got a lot of shit done.
Yep.
The pipeline, which
good.
passed another major step.
Yep.
Recently. I think, I don't know. I'm not like a Danielle Smith, like, insane super fan.
Yeah.
I do think she's done some good things, though.
Yeah.
And I think there are obviously some of the social stuff I'm not a huge fan of. But on the whole, I think net positive.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair. Yeah. It's kind of scary saying that, hey?
A little bit, yeah. It's like, I don't like obviously I have a sister who's trans, so that there's a lot of that bullshit that, you know, the UCP or down this, it's a lot worse in the South, like in the US. I would think, right? Like the rhetoric around that type of stuff and how sensitive, and it's a hot button issue. I mean, it is here too, I guess, but like, I feel like people are generally a lot more accepting here.
I would agree.
So I think it makes me happy to see that, like, she doesn't have to deal with the bullshit in the States.
Yeah.
Not that she's free of that. But.
Yeah, I think, you know, you kind of, that is in a lot of places, and I think it is more in like conservative areas, but at the same time, yeah, like I think that's like one of the things that annoys me about Alberta is like sometimes it gets roped too heavy into like
Texas of the
Texas of Canada,
like,
or the south of Canada, or the south of Canada or something like that, where it's just like not really.
No, we're the richest province.
Yeah.
We have the youngest population. We have, like, Calgary's a top 5 city in the world annually, based on like livability surveys. Like, we're not like redneck.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a lot of that here, especially compared to like other provinces.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's not here, but it's like I think people.
Yeah.
I think also it gets like the city people play into it for the Stampede, right?
Oh,
where it's like because like everyone, we can be cowboys.
I'm a farm boy.
Yeah, because it's fun to be a cowboy.
There's this
right. So I think, and so which there's nothing wrong with, but I think sometimes that kind of murkies the water a little bit, and people get confused. Where it's just like, oh no, he's wearing a cowboy hat, so he's racist, and it's just like, oh well, not really. Yeah,
it's not really.
Yeah, it's more. There's more nuances in there than just that.
I agree. It's I don't know. It's
it's kind of tricky to talk about because it's just tricky. You know,
it is tricky to talk about, and it makes people apprehensive.
Yeah.
About what to say and what not to say.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I can't say that, like, I don't know. From what it seems like, though, it seems like things are going
okay.
Going okay.
Yeah. Knock wood.
Knock on wood.
Knock wood. Yeah, I think because like
sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say because I think the U.S. the cultural export of the U.S. is so strong. I remember I probably have talked about this already, but I remember working with a guy, I think I was 14 or 15, and he was just like, oh yeah, Canada has nukes. But I was like, no, we don't. We haven't had nukes, I think ever.
Ever.
And so I think like that, I think that's like a step that some people get caught on is just like equating, oh, Canada and the U.S., they're the same.
Oh, fuck, dude.
Even if you like know that, like kind of like in the first step, it's just like, it's kind of like a level deeper where it's just like below like it's kind of like in the reptile part of your brain where it's just, oh yeah, the same. But it's just like, no, there's nuances and they're quite different. And then even like and then I think like actually like if you take Canada on the whole across the country, they're actually, the value system is quite uniform.
I would agree.
I would say that it's like, especially when you compare it to if you take the South or if you take America. Like America, the value systems they're quite different depending on where you are.
Yeah, geographically.
Yeah,
it's almost.
Yeah, it's quite, what do you call it? Heterogeneous, where it's like the cultures are very different. Homogeneous is like the same.
Yeah.
Heterogeneous is like different.
Based on like where you are?
Yeah, or like it's just like the concentration. So it's
yeah.
Like that
water bottle?
That water bottle, it's pretty homogeneous because it all looks the same. But if you look at like, I don't know, like a smoothie, right? There's like all those like little particles in it. So it's like more heterogeneous.
I see.
So, yeah.
So, yeah.
Whereas Canada, like I think there are differences like from like province through province, so you know, town to town, everything like that. But like on the whole, like no matter where you go, it's like there is like a Canadianness that you will find that's like that makes each place like there's you'll notice a difference, but there is a Canadianness that you know you do see, which I don't know, maybe sometimes that's louder and sometimes that's quieter, depending on you know whatever rhetoric is at play. So I don't know. I really think that they should. I think it's too bad because like I think like the past 10 years, like you know, there's like all this like chaos like from COVID and stuff like that. But really, what I think is a big problem was just like the regulatory capture. It like happened in the States, but it happened in like all of the like pretty much like every Western government got captured to some degree. And a lot of it, like, you know, there's the conspiracy about like the WEF. Like
the World Economic Forum.
But if you look at a lot of politicians, like currently in, who now there's less so because there's like a realization of it, but like kind of like in the past 10 years, a lot of them when they were younger, they went through like a World Economic Forum Young Leaders program. So like a lot of them kind of got picked or influenced quite early in their lives and
their political careers.
In their political careers, like I know there's quite a few House of Commons people who probably current ones today, but also like I think Trudeau was one.
Let's find out.
Freeland was one. Let's ask chat. So you know, not to be but that also happened for like a lot of the Western countries, and so like that, so you just get this, you get groupthink, right? Yeah. So it's like, and groupthink is powerful. Like, oh man, there's this great movie, and it's about, I think it's called The Death of Stalin.
Yeah.
And it's black humor, and it's about after Stalin dies, the power vacuum that opens up, and like the different characters that are in it. And I think that's kind of like when you get humans like in an in-group, right? They all start thinking alike to...
Yeah.
And maybe at one point that's good because you get moving in one way. And it's like Plato's Republic. But at a certain point, it gets... The power keeps getting concentrated to fewer and fewer people, and then you get kind of a dictatorial, authoritarian type government. And I think the West is kind of was going through that, and it still remains to be seen if it can swing back or not.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'd like to, stay hopeful. But I think it really comes down to just like what you practice in your day-to-day life.
Yeah.
Try and influence where you can. But really that's like in the circle of people that you're with. Just try and
be the best
you that you can be. Put the values that you believe in out there in the world. Just try and live by that.
Send out your frequency and do what you can.
Yeah. That's what it comes down to.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's it's pretty. And I'm actually pretty. I go in between, but I think I'm. Like there is like a lot of scary stuff, but I would say I'm mostly hopeful. Like I think. I don't know. I haven't met too many people my age who I'm just like, oh fuck, these people are just out for themselves.
Yeah, no.
Which is like, I guess okay. But I don't know. I don't know, man.
What can you do? You can do what you can.
You do what you can.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So while you're doing that, I did get a small list of confirmed, well-documented connections. Justin Trudeau participated in WEF events and delivered addresses in Davos. Listed publicly as part of the WEF Young Global Leaders Network.
Yeah, the Young Global Leaders Network was pretty... I don't know. I think that stuff's pretty nefarious.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan, to be honest.
Yeah, like... I think maybe while it was happening, it was like with good intentions, but it's just like... Yeah, you kind of... A lot of them got... And it's not just Canada. It's like a lot of places. Like the Commonwealth countries all kind of took part in that, and it's kind of gross. And because like what happened too is like you get like... you put the country like... Because it was just like, oh yeah, like we're just going to pretty much spend money kind of without oversight, and you just rack up a huge debt, which that puts a lot of pressure on. It just puts the country in a bad place in the future. Yeah. And so, and I think it's like, I don't know, but I guess that's like a common cycle in history, is you kind of kick the can down the road.
Well, do you think, like, what the U.S. is what, $39 trillion in debt? Mm-hmm. How do they manage that? It's a complicated question, but
yeah, I don't. That one, there's look it up. There's more to that one than meets the eye, because essentially that's backed by the. I actually saw this interesting thing about that. So that's like backed by the military, right?
Yeah.
And they are like the superpower. So and like a lot of one of the like there was this theory, this one guy, this Professor Zhang guy had that, because you know how like Trump was in China with Xi, was that, and a lot of the CEOs that he was with were finance guys, or finance leaders, and then one of the theories was that because they want China to open up their financial markets, because China pretty much is its own financial ecosystem. They control it. It's heavily, like it's very protected,
very regulated.
And one of the things was like, oh, like we're gonna take like all of this bad debt in our financial system and push it on the Chinese retail investor, because that historically that's how America has like gotten out of trouble. They start a war, and then they dump all of their bad decisions on their people. So it's like
That's crazy.
it's like a it's like a pretty common practice. So like I wouldn't be, and then I think too like one of the I was actually listening to a good video this morning, and it was on like the history of pedophilia, like in
like
in the elite.
Okay, yeah.
And it's like a very common thing
That's a crazy.
throughout history. And it's like, and it's like, it's only until, it was actually, this was an actually interesting one. Black women could own businesses before statutory rape was considered illegal.
Wow.
So yeah, so it's like it's not very long ago
Yeah.
that like it was just kind of a common
issue.
It was just or it hadn't
Maybe not
entered the
common
realm
issue.
of like legality.
The public eye wasn't aware of
Yeah.
that either, I bet.
Yeah, and even then,
not like we are today.
yeah, and even then it was interesting too because it was like the way that this guy was like framing it was interesting because essentially even when those laws came into place, a lot of it was under the premise of like is like the woman or the child is the seducer,
Yeah.
not the man is the perpetrator kind of thing. So it was under this like I don't know, like yeah. So I don't know, that kind of hit home, and then like
Yeah.
So
I saw it's a bit different, but like this is kind of more anyways. Basically I was on Instagram and I think I saved this video. But basically it was talking about Islam and how they have some pretty crazy like ritual. Basically, this guy and his family were dying because they didn't have enough money for food. So what basically ended up happening was he sold his daughter to some guy who was quote unquote 55. He was way older. For about $2,000 US, like 200,000 Afghanis.
yeah.
Which I just think is so like I don't want to get hot water here, but like it's just there's I guess what I'm trying to say is there's a lot of different types of it
Yeah.
across the world.
Do you know what I think?
What?
So, okay. So, one, doesn't matter if it's Islam, Christianity, there's
Yeah.
especially when poverty and starvation is on the line, that happens a lot.
Yep.
Okay? It's very common. Doesn't matter what culture, religion you're from. Do you know what I think? Why I'm pissed off?
Why?
Okay? The past 10 years, huge debt has been created and like put all of these Western countries in kind of these shitty positions. And do you know what's going to happen? I think OnlyFans is kind of that. It's a modern version of that, where it's just like, oh, okay, you've made it almost impossible, or maybe not impossible, but very challenging to make a living in like a traditional way.
Yeah.
So, what is that forcing what does that force people to do? It forces them to have to sell their dignity in order to make a living.
Well, yeah, and that's not even exclusive to like OnlyFans, for example. That's like social media in general.
Yeah.
Like you think about all the things people get up to.
Yeah.
to
Now
get
it's
like
like
a view.
You just got to be an actor. We're all just actors in this like
or you're
weird
just
panopticon.
blatantly committing crimes, or like, oh, it's so funny, haha.
Yeah, and
It's fucked.
And and so what I get really pissed off at is over our lifetime, the laws have changed, and the policy of pretty much all Western governments have just become more and more permissive of that becoming the new way of life.
Yeah.
And so there's just been a total erosion of all of these things that have once led to the propping up of the individual, of like letting them have like a dignified life.
Yeah.
And over the past, like our 30 years of life, those have just been chipped away, slowly. It's just been a boiling of the frog.
Yep.
And now, you know, this frog, me, I'm starting to look around and be like, fuck, man, they're boiling us alive. Like, let's get out of the pot. This fucking sucks.
And what's happening, they're doing a slow boil, so you don't notice it.
Yeah. So it's like, and it's really frustrating because, and then like the kind of the gaslighting of it.
In terms of like the gaslighting, what do you mean?
Yeah, just like the governmental gaslighting. Oh. Like it's like it's
like it's all fine.
Yeah.
It's like a meme when the room's on fire.
Yeah.
The dog is just like, everything's fine.
Exactly. Yeah, everything's fine. Don't worry. Be calm.
What I think is kind of a crazy stat is how much money they make. Though I'm pretty sure. I want to get this right, so I'm going to ask ChatGPT.
The government officials themselves?
No,
or
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. Oh yeah, but it's like it's same with the Instagram creators. It's the top. It's like it's
the top 1%.
It's top 1% have 99% of the gains in those environments.
Which is so.
But it's like you create this like intense competition.
How much money has OnlyFans generated in its history?
Yeah, so it's it's kind of, you know, just kind of gross, and then you have like the gaslighting I don't like is like, oh, like the young people don't want to work, or you know, it's like, yeah, dude, it's like so it's creating this like crazy, this like the bifurcation of society is insane, because you have like each generation of people are living in totally different worlds. That's like the crazy thing too, is like just like the like how people get their media too, is like you have like this older generation that is in this old world and is living in their own thing, and then you have a younger generation that is just like looking around and being like, what the fuck, guys? What did you leave us with? And then it's just like, all right, like, how do you live a good life like when there's not really a lot of supports to support it? Like, one of the things I find interesting, like, I think it's good that lots of people are getting married and or like getting married and having kids, but it's also like,
it's the world, like,
that's like really hard to
navigate.
It's hard to navigate. It's hard to support.
Well, yeah.
Like without a family support or a community support, right? Like that breaks down more and more. And so you have like, I don't know, man. So not to be, you know, so doom and gloom and kind of.
I get it though. It's
sad.
like, take a guess at how much.
50 billion.
Okay, a little less.
10 billion.
30 billion. $32 billion.
Nice.
Is total historical user spending, gross transaction volume. Yeah, 31 to 32 billion dollars.
Yeah.
Since its inception in 2016.
There's this YouTube. I was watching this this morning as well too. Is this guy Dr. K on YouTube? He's a psychiatrist. I like a lot of his stuff. The past couple ones have been focusing. He specifically kind of has worked with like young men with video game addiction and porn addiction.
Yep.
And he was talking about like how porn addiction works, and just like the psychology that happens behind it.
It's not good.
What he said is like porn addiction, in his opinion, is the most nefarious and the worst type of addiction to have. And it's like, and they talk about that historic. I can't remember. There's like some like, I don't think it's a biblical quote, but almost like biblical quote where it's just like, how do you destroy a generation? Give access to access to pornography to the young men.
Yeah. Well,
and it's like, dude, like you fucking gave access to like pretty much unlimited porn to
anybody,
all of society.
Well, did you hear about, so North Korea sent some soldiers to Ukraine?
Yeah.
And then they had access to the general internet, and they got porn addicted.
Yeah.
Because that was the only thing they They were introduced to it.
Yeah, dude.
And then it was literally getting in the way of their operations. It was like, guys, you have to fuck off.
Dude, it's like
get to work.
It's interesting because one of the like a point that he had in it was like a lot of people say, like, you know, it's like you have a body, and you know, and you know, your testicles and your you know, ovaries are a part of the body, but it's more so it's just like it's really more so it's just like the testicles and ovaries make a body to support them. Mm-hmm. It's like, because really it's like it's one of like the driving factors of any like animal is reproduction, right? So that it lives. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's just like your brain is like so wired sexually that it's like you can't. This has to go back with like the pedophilia thing as well too, where it's just like, I think it's like I don't know. It gets into that taboo, kind of like when you what we poked at earlier on politics, where it's just like right now we kind of live in an interesting environment where like there's like such a demonization of like conservative politics for so long that if you say that it's like you have some conservative views, you got to be like, it's kind of scary to say because you're just like, oh fuck, but I'm not racist. Don't worry. Like I
swear to God.
Yeah, dude, I just want to have a family and live and like be able to like not have to deal with like be bombarded with all this like bullshit like 24/7. It's just like, oh, I want like a semblance of a normal life. But it's just like, oh, if you say that, it's just like, no, dude, like you got to be careful. Like, oh, that sounds pretty fascist of you.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh man. And then it's kind of like same like so you know, it's a taboo, and it's like same with like the pedophilia stuff. It's a taboo, right? Where it's just like, oh, okay, it's like, oh, why is it that
like addressing it?
Yeah, like addressing it, right? It's like, oh, like why is it that like, you know, all of these people have these special deals with the government that lets them do anything they want at any time?
Well, like Ghislaine Maxwell. Maxwell. Yeah, like she's living her best life in prison apparently.
Yeah.
Like,
dude. Yeah, and like
she's in prison, but
Miriam, I was listening to Miriam Adelson, who's like this big. She's a dual citizen, so she's Israeli-American citizen. She's she's a super involved billionaire in politics.
Like AIPAC or something.
Yeah. And this guy, probably like he was the guy I most respected in Congress. I think it was Thomas Massey. He just got voted out because they spent $34 million on his incumbent's campaign, and they just like funded that. So that's
so he got booted.
And so he he was just like, I think, I'm not sure how much money he spent on it. I should probably check that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, he got booted. It was in Kentucky. And like his whole thing was like him and Ro Khanna, they were both, I think, a Republican and a Democrat, and they were both like, oh, like let's release the Epstein files. They were the ones pushing for that. And they bombarded that district with like with TV ads, like social media ads. Like $34 million goes a long way.
Yep.
And so he lost. And the other guy, he doesn't like. He's like a. I'm kind of stealing the talking points. Tim Dillon was talking about this, but he was like, you know, he's pro-war. Doesn't really care about the Epstein files, and it's just like, damn. So, yeah, it kind of just sucks, you know?
Well, it's like, I feel like I had a buddy who said that people's faith in institutions it's at its lowest.
Dude, yeah, I was talking about this. Like, the burn it down sentiment is pretty scary.
Yeah.
Like, amongst, like, young people. So, it's
it's like this virus, the hantavirus. Mm-hmm. Is that what it's called?
The hentai virus?
No. How do you say it?
That's what I was calling it the other day on our other podcast. The hantavirus.
Yeah. I don't think people will put up with...
No way,
unless it's like you're actually seeing people fucking drop dead in the streets.
Yeah.
I don't think people would put up with another pandemic lockdown.
Yeah, so...
Or at least here. Know. Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know, but that's the thing too, right? Is like fear makes you behave in...
Yeah,
makes people behave in strange and unpredictable ways.
Ago.
Yeah, dude. It made me realize, like, you know, like the Nazism thing. Like, I think like our version of Nazi, like when you see young people who are like Nazis.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like the classical sense of a Nazi. It's like I think it's just like people who it's like the reverse to order. Because actually that was like the reason why the Nazi Party came to power. One of the reasons was that after World War One, Germany became, they called it the Weimar Republic, and it was a period. It was like the most liberal place in the world. Germany at that time, in between
Post World War One,
post World War One, in between World War Two, and a lot of the reason why the Nazis came to power is because it was a reactionary event. It was a reactionary movement to how liberal things were. It's just like, okay, like this is too disordered.
Yeah,
it was a reaction. It was a reaction to disorder, and I think that reaction is happening.
Yeah,
where it's
and
just
obviously it swung.
Yeah, it swung, and I think it's
opposite.
going to continue to swing. And that's kind of like the part where it's like, oh fuck, like
It's
you don't want it to swing like so
'cause, like,
far out. Yeah,
In a world of like our civilized world,
I don't think it's that civilized.
it is, and it's definitely not.
It is
Like,
and it isn't at the same
If
time.
you think about politics on like a macro scale, they don't give a fuck in terms of they're willing to do anything and everything to put themselves and then their country
Yeah,
in the best position possible.
yeah.
Like,
Keyword, underline themselves.
Yeah. Well, think about like the position Germany was put in at the end of World War One.
Well, yeah, bad. Dude, a ton of debt you can't pay off. And then it's just like, oh, okay, you make up everyone poor, and they fucking are just like, oh, okay, this guy's promising me a better life. Let's go with that.
Yeah, literally. And it's like they had the payments that they had to make. And what was that called? The
Reparations.
reparations.
Yeah.
It was at that time. It was obviously but it was unprecedented.
Yeah.
And they were kind of left with like, what options did they have?
Yeah. So, I don't know. Yeah, this bugs me.
Yeah.
Big time. Yeah, because like, man, I saw this other thing. I think I was here with you where they saw like the military asked like retired members or retired military people to like give back some of their equipment.
Yeah.
Because they were
for the
short
Canadian
on it.
military. Yeah.
And yeah, it's just like in the recruit. What I really don't like, and is that they're. Yeah, I feel like that's taken a major hit in the past, like. Well, yeah, it's like because people don't trust the institutions at all, don't trust the government, and it's just like, yeah, no shit, no one wants to join up for the army. But what I don't like is that they're just like, oh, okay, like let's take like PRs and bring them into the government or to the army. It's like that's the part that's scary. Like if you look traditionally at like what that means, it means that there's typically going to enact violence on the population.
I think they really need to incentivize that whole sector.
Yeah, dude, do you know what I think?
What?
You do an original America. America was 40 acres and a mule. I think that was part of like the abolition of slavery that never happened. But what they did is like in Canada, they did the homestead program where it's essentially they gave land away for free. And it's just like, all right, make a farm out of this.
Yeah.
And I think that's what they should do for the military. I think that what they should do is 1 acre per year served in the military. Canada has a lot of land. Canada has a lot of crown land that they could do that with. And you know what? There's a bunch of young people who have no hope of ever owning land, and they would sign up immediately for land. It doesn't have to be good land. It just has to be land.
Well, forget it. Like land, people can't even own a home.
Yeah.
That's a great deal. I like that idea.
Yeah. So I think they're just, honestly, they're kind of lazy.
Our military or
no? I
or
think
the government.
Just the government. Like it's like pretty. They're not very creative,
and they're very slow.
Yeah, and it's kind
of
the
wheels of bureaucracy spin at a.
It's pretty gross, pace. And like Canada's like it is pretty.
Well, it's
I don't know. So it's like, I think like
think about how long it takes to get shit done here.
Yeah, and like the tall. I think the tall poppy syndrome. So like that's what they call it. So it's like you're like a high performer or high achiever. And I think that's kind of like they talk about this in the Commonwealth countries. It's common in the UK, Australia, Canada. I don't know about India, but like, you know, kind of like the traditionally white Commonwealth countries. There's like a culture of like, why are you trying so hard, man? Like, and so like if there's a high achiever, it's just like, what the hell? I do think that's a thing here. And so what I think is that makes a lot of people go down to the States, because in the States, it's like, for all the problems with the States, they fucking love winners, right? They love, it's like, yeah, win, yeah!
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, success, yes! Culture of success, which is good. However, it fucks over like maybe like 80% of the people over there. Yeah. But for those top 20%, it's just like, yes! You're the best, but everyone else gets fucked. But, you know, it does drive excellence. So, because it's just like, okay, if I don't perform, I don't eat.
I guess that's a part of like being the superpower of the world.
Yeah. Or just like that system. That's like that's what the system selects for.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. So it's, and is that going to change? I don't know. So like we're in like this very dynamic
well, I think
time.
we as millennials are best positioned.
Zillennials.
Yeah, we're on the edge of being
right on the cutoff.
But we grew up with technology in its infancy. Mm-hmm. So we know what goes into that side of the world, but we also remember
what was before.
What was before, and grew up with what was before. Mm-hmm. It was only like 2007 the iPhone was introduced.
Yeah.
So like right in the middle of our teen years. Yeah. Preteen years. We would have been like 11. So.
Yeah, dude. I think the next movement. There's a lot of movement too that is like the actual. I think because this happened with like the internet companies.
Yep.
Was they became utilities. I think you should. Man, I'm kind of scared to say this because I might get sniped in the head. I think you should regulate the social media companies as utilities.
Well, yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, because like if you think about YouTube, right? Like just make that a utility. And like a lot of
that would cost a lot of money, right?
I don't know. I don't think so. Like I think
like what do you mean as a utility?
Well, you just
as like electricity and water.
Yeah. Where it's
how would that work? I'm just curious.
I think what you would do is you just you make a set of rules of what they can and can't do, and then. I think you make a list of what they can and can't do. You make it much more clear on what they can and can't do with your data.
Yeah.
Because essentially what each of these companies has is like they basically know more about you than you ever will.
Yeah.
I think they should share that data with the user, or because essentially what's happened is they pretty much have stolen that and surveilled, everyone on Earth essentially for the unregulated. And it's worse. Like Canada, is the U.S. has like no privacy. They can basically just like surveil everyone. Like they can know everything about you. Canada has some, and Europe has some protections, and then a lot of other places you can just.
I think
it's pretty brutal.
Commonwealth countries are moving at making social media like age restricted to 16.
Yeah, and I don't know if the age restriction, because I don't know if age restriction is the way. I think you should just not restrict the person using it, restrict the company giving it, if that makes sense.
It does.
Because
it's just don't allow.
Yeah, it's just like, you're under 16, you can't sign up for this.
Yeah.
It's more like, I got to look into what are legal controls of companies and what are allowed.
Well, we'll table that one,
because a lot of what happens is this happens in the U.S. as well too, where it's just like they say it's like, oh, this is for our children.
Yeah.
But what happens is, right? It's like, the government and companies can spy as much as they want on you, but for the person in power or for the government or for the
Yeah.
company, you don't get to know anything about them. And so it's just like, it becomes like this crazy world where it's like they get to know as much about you as you want, but they're able to protect themselves. And that's where you get the Epstein class from.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, oh, and that's where you get the, not only just the Epstein class, but you also get like actual like institutional fraud and like, that's where you get like the Holodomor, like the, that's where you get, what do you call it? That's where you get the Holocaust.
Yeah.
Is where it's just like, oh, yep, you're institutionally protected. What you're doing is great. The government says that's great. It's just like, oh, it doesn't matter if I kill this person. It's my job. And everyone is telling me that it's great. And so that's what, you start building when you, I think when you start restricting, when you put in those age restrictions. Because a lot of the times it's just like, oh, yeah, we're doing it to help the kids. Mm-hmm. But it's just like, well, if you actually wanted to help the kids, you would give more access into what people holding power are doing on the day-to-day and the deals that they're making and the conversations they're having, rather than, your private citizens like day-to-day happening. Because the person who has a lot of power and a lot of money, like they're impacting way more. Like if you think about it, like how many people are getting hurt. It's like, okay, you have the pedophile, like you got your run-of-the-mill normal pedophile, and then you got your super billionaire pedophile, right?
Final boss.
Okay, the run-of-the-mill pedophile, he's bad, right? That's not good. Like there's people getting hurt, okay? But his area of hurt is only so much.
To scale.
Yeah, to scale. The billionaire pedophile guy, that guy, he's designing systems to bring even more money his way, and
so he can keep doing his fucking pedophile shit.
Yeah, and you build like a structure of pedophilia. Like if you look at like also like right now, a lot of tax money is going to like if you look at like the the Cash Patel, if you look at the all of this Epstein stuff that's come out, what it shows is that it's like there's human trafficking in the world, right? Yep. But, quote unquote, in order to stop human trafficking, what the FBI, the CIA, like even probably CSIS and I don't know who.
Mossad.
Or actually it would be the RCMP. Yep. So, no, this is actually like the RCMP, like doing that. What they're doing in some of these operations is they themselves are trafficking kids to... they're like doing really bad shit to justify saying like, oh, we're gonna catch the bad guys, but like it's like, oh, okay, like if you have absolutely no line that you cross, like when are you the bad guy? Yeah. So and it's just like, oh, okay, we're gonna make sure people can't see that. Mm-hmm. It's just like, well, that's kind of fucked up.
Because like, I don't know, it's a complicated issue.
It is a complicated issue
in terms of like, is it good or bad? Very not complicated. That's simple. Yeah,
it's more. Like, it's more of like which bad is.
Well, it's like,
is it better to have this bad or this bad?
And like, how do you combat it? Is the big thing.
Yeah, and like right now, it seems that we're going. Oh, let's err to the side of surveillance, and so.
Well, here's a question for you. Let's say the Democrats win the next federal election. Nice.
For the viewer, we are watching two.
Or salamanders. I think those are salamanders.
We're watching salamanders have sex.
They're fighting for the woman.
Yeah.
For the lady salamander.
Yeah.
Do you think they release Epstein files if the Dems get into office?
No.
No.
That's like
everyone's clowning on Trump for being like, release the files, bro. No one cares. He posted himself as the Mandalorian with Grogu on May 4th. Which is like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Bad look.
Bad look, and Disney probably did not like that.
Yeah.
But everyone in the comments is like, oh, cool, you're the Mandalorian. Release the files.
Yeah.
It's like, do it, pussy.
Dude, I think this whole war in Iran is... to
subvert, attention?
It's like wag the dog. It's just to get attention off of the Epstein files.
I don't even know what the status is of it anymore. Like, where are they in terms of, like peace talks? Are they still just launching missiles at them currently? Like,
it kind of changes on the day, but like a lot of, I was listening to another thing. Essentially, what they did is they killed like the moderate leadership in Iran, and so now you have like more of the hardline guys, and so it's like it makes peace talks like almost impossible because it's like, but like I think that's like there's this other thing, and it's like I think that's the grand strategy is like essentially the U.S. wants to make sure that there's a permanent war there, so that China can't finish its Belt and Road Initiative,
Yep.
and then it wants to. One of the theories is that the U.S. is going to recognize Taiwan as a part of China, and then that is actually going to cause South Korea and Japan to remilitarize, and so that's going to be a big revenue. That's going to make a lot of money for U.S. defense companies because they're going to want to remilitarize, and then that also makes it makes Asia's problems.
Yeah.
And the U.S. is gonna. That's one of the reasons they said they invaded Venezuela was to create this the U.S. just wants to shut down, basically like, okay, we want supremacy over the Western Hemisphere. We're gonna focus on that, and then also they want high oil prices because if you talk about your elite capture and it's kind of like the best thing ever. Like the oil companies have like fucking done a good job of playing up on the environmental stuff. Man, it's kind of very impressive. And so it's just like there's this whole environmental movement going on, and then it's just like, oh, boom, because like war is good for oil companies, and it's good, like it's very profitable for a lot of American companies.
Whenever it seems to be a crisis, oil does well.
Yeah. Well, because it's like you gotta
like you
gotta fill cars, you gotta fill jets, you gotta
bedrock.
Yeah, dude. So I think that will maintain, theoretically, that'll maintain a high oil price for a long time.
Like what does gas cost now? How much does it cost you to fill your truck?
Oh,
today.
I don't know today. I filled it up last week and it was $150.
That's fucked.
So yeah, that was pretty
dent
crazy.
in the wallet.
I'm glad that I'm taking up biking more seriously,
so
I can bike more places. But yeah, like I think food, like it's, but it's kind of like it's it's interesting because it's like listeners of the show know that I was in China recently, and we went to this because the way it operates there is very interesting. So essentially, they have a pretty so Xi Jinping, when he came in, he did a big like corruption crackdown.
Yeah.
And so a lot of like their money in politics, like it's still there. Like money is still in politics there, but really it's like power is more. It's all centralized. It's centralized in the party.
Yeah.
And they do a lot to protect the power of the party. But the money is, they have more control over what's going on with the money.
Yeah.
And so what happens with that is that you have less of these like foreign influence in there, right? That can happen. Mm-hmm. So it's just like kind of China is controlled by really Xi Jinping, but it's also controlled by the Politburo, right? By that party. Whereas if you look at all the Western nations, because you are allowed money in politics, like even here, like you're allowed money, and like the Canadians say it's like you're not allowed politics money. It's like not really. Well, it's not quite the same as in Canada, but it's just like there is a lot of money in politics here as well too. So so anyways, what I'm saying is like, but in the U.S. for sure, it's like. You can buy, like, politicians are for sale legally.
Mm-hmm. Well,
right?
Fuck, what do you, like
legally, you can dump infinite supply of money to your politician of choice.
What do they call donors there?
I think they call them donors. Super PACs, like, there's PACs, super PACs.
Like,
I don't know.
I need a Jimmy Neutron brain blast.
Brain blast. So, it'll come to you.
What's it called when the team, like, a guy supports a football team?
Booster.
Yeah.
There's boosters. There's lots of boosters. So it's Yeah, it's pretty nefarious stuff. And so, what I was going to say about China is like, so you have like the money, or so you have the power, right? But what they do is they encourage competitions from state to state. So they like put these states and these cities in fierce competition with each other. And I don't know if that's
China?
Yeah. It's like the most capitalist place.
What's the best city in China? Is it Shanghai or Hong Kong?
There's a few different ones. And Hong Kong is kind of its like own unique case because it's like historically British.
Yeah.
And it's like it's Chinese operated now.
Yeah, but for a long time.
So, but like that's the most capitalistic. Like if you ever met a Chinese person,
Yep.
at least I might be. I might be stereotyping.
Let's hear it.
I probably
Is it
am
good
stereotyping.
stereotype?
But it's a very capitalist society. Okay.
Yep.
Like extremely, like more so than here, more so than America,
Yep.
for sure. That's what I've noticed. Okay. And so it's like it's just kind of weird. So it's funny because it's like, oh, like it's a communist place, but it's just like it kind of practices like an interesting form of capitalism.
Well,
that is like that
I can't remember.
is super efficient. Like because it's like super competition.
I can't remember where I was reading this, but it was they compared a ton of different countries and their economies to each other. And China is able to effectively operate in the most efficient way because they have so much government oversight, but also because of the general market philosophy there.
Yeah.
And how people operate.
Yeah, dude, it's competition, and it's like competition is like competition done well is good.
Yeah.
Competition done in the wrong way makes everyone's life horrible.
Yeah.
And so I think the way that they're doing that there is like quite interesting because it's like because here we say, oh yeah, we're a capitalist nation. Here in Canada, not really. Not at all, actually.
Socialist.
We're a socialist country because, like, you have all, like, think of Loblaws, right?
Yeah.
Think of what is it called? It's Canadian Tire.
Yeah.
Think of like all these, like, they're
Healthcare.
all the healthcare stuff. Like it's or what's the lab? Dynalabs or what's the lab in Alberta? Life Labs or
no, you're thinking of.
Dude, like the government is just like, okay, yes, this is
Alberta Laboratory Services.
Yes, it's like, this is the designated company, and it's just like, okay, really, it's just like probably one guy who lobbied really hard to get that thing, and it's like, or it's a family of people who have done it for many generations, and it's just like, oh yeah, okay, they're the incumbent players, and it's like, okay, we're gonna protect them, so it's like, and so like that happened in, and Europe is really bad for this.
Yeah.
They entrench their elites, and whereas in America it's a little bit better where it's just like you'll have like if you can't maintain, then you fall. But it's becoming like that as well too, where it's pretty much all captured. So it's like really what so it's kind of this weird thing where it's just like, oh yeah, like in the China, it's this communist country, and it's like, yeah, but they're also using like Western market forces like the market philosophy way better than like any of the West is right now. In the West is just like also just like not really supporting the individual at all.
No.
And so you get like this just like this weird kind of, and I've noticed like I'm fucking hit my mic. I've noticed anecdotally what you get is like people here, depending on who you're talking to, they are living in a totally like person by person is living in totally different realities.
Yeah.
And it's like really strange. Like you could be taught like we live in a similar reality because we grew up similarly. We see each other relatively often. But like even if like we like branch out for like I don't know like 2 months, we'd go by each other. Mm-hmm. We'll come back and be just like, dude, what reality are you in? Like I'm in a totally different reality. Like it's like and I'm like it's not the person's fault at all. It's just like there's pretty
a
chaotic.
Million different factors that come into
and there's just like this crazy overstimulation that's happening to everyone.
Yeah.
So I did see that
the liver's experience.
Yeah, in a big way. So And maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm just talking out of my ass. And
No, I get what you're saying, though. It's like, I don't know. I think that so many things are happening all at once.
yeah.
And when you move around and when you go places, you get hit by it all at once. So I don't know. It's kind of hard to articulate, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So, well, I'm glad I'm on this journey with you.
Me too, buddy.
Yeah, it's been...
We've been on an adventure.
On an adventure! And I'm excited for the adventures to come.
Me too. Well, maybe, how long did we go today?
We're sitting around the 1 hour 15. Oh, we went pretty long.
That was a good one.
Yeah, we got all excited at the end.
Yeah,
there.
we did.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, listeners, we love you.
Love you very much. And, yeah, stay tuned. We'll keep you posted on our school ambitions, on what's happening in the world, and
Our thoughts and feelings.
our thoughts and feelings. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe. And go outside and touch grass.
Keep it frosty, babies.
Frosty.